Hello world, I am What If Study, and today we are doing What If Deku murdered. Well, you'll find out who. We start off our little story with Deku checking down to his left hand, pulling it up to his face, putting on his mask and revealing himself out into the openness of all the UA staff. All of them leaving shortly after his teacher signals them all to leave. Aizawa looks to all the rest of the students, nodding. However, a little ticked off that All Might is not here. That's fine. As long as we can get all of you to focus, this will be your greatest test. Don't get it wrong. Just because he is not here doesn't mean I'm going to test you any less. I will still have my eyes on all of you. Too bad our friend, teacher, could not make it today. But enough about that. Now, to go over the studies. As he turns around to signal for the rest of the rest of the class, showing the whole massive dome of the USJ. Deku looks upon it, eyes shimmering, so happy, his hand down to the left. He didn't even notice how it had clenched tightly with Uraraka's. She was also smiling. Even though there was a slight chill in the air that suddenly came through, Deku suddenly got this darkness that flowed throughout his body. This feeling, this uncanny. He looks up and sees portals. Hundreds of thousands of portals just appear from nowhere. The black abyss that they had represented was infinite in its depth. Two men step out of the shadows, one with hands covering his whole body, rotting flesh. The other, one a being of the void. Heroes! Now has come your time. Where is the one that they call All Might? Bring him to us, or we will let you go. If not, send him in. As, suddenly the portals have other people come out of them. Hundreds of people come out of them. These thugs and bandits. Bloodlust reeks from them. It almost stained his nose. He looks over to Ida, telling him to run as fast as he can and get All Might, or anybody that he can. But before he can finish his sentence, he's teleported straight through it, onto the boat. With Uraraka and Asui this time. As all of them struggle to find their situation, things go about the same as Deku, all the way up into the point where Deku shoots his finger blast into the water, causing the massive whirlpool, shooting all of the men inside the water out of it, knocked out each one of them. As Deku flies onto the ground, with Suryu, picking him up and catching him. As Uraraka had also, they bump heads as Uraraka and Suryu realize that, what had just happened, as they sort of grin at each other, thinking, this bitch is trying to steal my man. This bitch is so defensive, they think in their heads. But they smile at each other, and then realize the seriousness of the situation, gathering themselves back as Deku takes forward, reminding them of their situation. We have to help Aizawa. He's all alone. As they all start to climb up the hill that had separated them from the main battle, and the massive punches and arcs from across, they see the monstrous foe, the Nomu, currently fighting Aizawa. and the all-handed man, and the void guy, all both just staring. As then the all-hands man is about to charge in. There's no way Aizawa could ever survive that. It already looks like he's massively damaged. We can't have this. You! Oh fuck. As all of them just look behind them, and the all-hand guy is just like, Shiguraki, get me a portal towards that boy. As, Shiguraki looks over and is like, as you wish. He lifts up both of his hands, revealing two portals to the left and the right of Tomura. He shoots his hands straight through the portals as they open up right next to Deku. He dodges back, dodging both of the hands, managing to keep himself stable after he had saw what would happen to Aizawa. As Aizawa looks over to his students, he regrets not being strong enough. He tries to power his way through the Nomu, however, it's this time his injuries are very minimal. So he was able to outpower the Nomu, if it was only for just a second, to distract the portal guy. As one of the portals was only left open by him being kicked in the stomach by Aizawa, but he kept up one hand keeping one of the portals, as to not slice off the arm of, all hands man. What are you doing? I'll finish them right now. I'll go for the girl. As a portal suddenly shows up right next to Ochako Faye. Uraka! Move! But it was too late. He was running in slow motion now. Both him and Tsuryu just staring at the arm that was coming through. As a face started to shape from the darkness. A smiling, beguiling one. The face of a murderer. The hand on his head. The head now taking the place of the arm. It was so devilish. But I can't let him get away! As his arm starts to light up with All For One's energy. I won't let this happen! As his leg also lights up with the energy. I will use 100%! As his arm starts to blister and explode and blood splatters everywhere around him. But he doesn't care. He won't let this go any farther! As he releases all of the energy as the massive shockwave explodes around him. His hand connects to the face of the beguiling villain. And then core straight through, drilling, as his arm feels the bone crush under his fists. And splits straight through the skull. The massive explosion caused by this effect caused almost a crater to form. As the mountain behind the head of his was cracked in half and slowly drained away. As he returned his memory, his psyche finally returned. He opened his eyes, a dust storm around him. He tried to clear it with his right hand, however, he was unable to move it. Something dragged along with his hand. He cleared it with his left, only to find a head stuck onto his right arm. Ah, what the fuck? As he falls onto his ass, just unable to get the head to come off of his. Tsuryu and Uraka are just absolutely stunned as they both fall back, just staring at Deku. As Deku's hand, full with the blood of, the evil hand man. He's freaking out. His psyche is just uncanny right now. He can't focus. He can't think. His whole world is being attacked right now by himself. He has no one to blame. Why can't it come off? He tries using a little bit of all for one in his left arm to try to take it off. However, he's unable to move his right arm or his right leg. Both of them completely tarnished, bloodshot, and just out of commission. Uraka and all of them scream. This alerts Aizawa. As Aizawa powers out of the grip of the Nomu and kicks and knocks out Shiguraki. He turns around and throws a punch straight towards the Nomu. However, the Nomu catches his punch and grins. However, before the punch could come to slaughter Aizawa, I am here! And then All Might crashes through the ceiling, smashing down onto the Nomu and crushing down onto its arm. And as it detaches its arm from the ground, the Nomu looks up and squawks at him. However, All Might immediately destroys it two-handedly with 2 Detroit smashes to its face, immediately coring straight through it, splitting it in half, killing it.
At least that monster's taken care of. I was watching for a small while to make sure that I could, what the situation was. It's good that I got here soon.
Aizawa, as he turns around, Aizawa's gone. It seemed that Aizawa had fled over to where Deku and the rest of them were. All the villains start to retreat as all the rest of the heroes get there and start firing upon them. All Might finally makes his way over to the scene. That is the scene of them trying to take off the head of Shiguraki. Oh wait, that's Shiguraki. The other one was Kurogiri. The teleporting one was Kurogiri. I'm so sorry. My God, so unprofessional of me. I'm sorry for that. Shiguraki, his head was currently being amputated off of Deku's right arm. The blood stained upon his arm as he was stuck in the hospital for at least 3 days. However, right as he woke up, he immediately made his way out of the hospital. It didn't feel right. That's what he said to me, Uraka says.
Are you sure?
All Might comes into the room. Are you sure? Yes, he just, that's all he said to me before he left.
Did you see where he went?
He didn't leave while I was here, obviously. He's smarter than that. He knows I would beg him to stay.
Thank you for being by his side for this long,
Uraka, but I'm sorry, but there might be something wrong with him now. Wrong with him? What are you talking about? The doctors told me that once you kill somebody, once you take life, it does something to you. It changes you to who you truly are. What type of bullshit is that? I know him better than anybody. I know that he is not the one to just run away. There has to be something physically wrong with him.
There is.
No, not like that. Fine. If you're not willing to go and chase after him, I will. Just give me my hero suit. As she runs out of the hospital, shutting the door behind her. Deku was walking along the streets, staring at each building, as this sort of moment resonated with him. Staring at these buildings that he would never create. These things that he could never make. The life that he will never live of a rich, person loved by all. He has chosen the life of a hero. Sure, he may become the top hero, but how does he know that he will? What if one day he just dies? Like that villain. Was it his fault? No, I have to get my mind off of this. I have to get my mind steady. He looks up and sees a frat party from across the street. He slowly makes his way across the street, dodging different cars and following his footsteps. Uraka slowly behind, scoping him out with binoculars. As he enters into the frat party, he immediately sees Suryu doing, well, alcohol and, well, just partying it up. Suryu, are you okay? Oh, Deku! Oh, I didn't mean for you to see me like this. Well, at least you can party with me, right? After all, you saw those, fucked up things. Sorry for swearing at you. Deku's shocked, as he has never heard her curse, ever. I mean, Tsuyu is like a really nice girl. He's never heard her be like this. They say alcohol brings out the true ones of yourself. Try it. As Deku's just like, I don't drink. She's like, no, that's not how you reply. You say, hell yeah, and take it. As all the rest of the guys in the dorm room sort of join in on this, making him chug beer as he actually kind of willingly goes along with this. In some way, this was him getting rid of his memories, trying to forget. But he woke up in the morning, almost half naked without a shirt on, with some panties on his freaking face. He's immediately disgusted and throws it onto the floor. However, then he realizes that there was only, well, he can't. Oh, fuck. Did he fuck that up too? No. However, he looks over and sees Suryu, sort of naked, and he's just like, oh, God. Uraka will never know. She'll never know. Why would she know? What? She wouldn't know where I've gone. I was just gonna... As one of the guys wakes up like, dude, are you okay? You're freaking out a ton. I'm just gonna leave, okay? Sure, bro. I'll make sure that she gets home okay. As he's like, thanks. I don't trust you at all, but okay. As he makes his way out of the college dorm room and runs across the street and jumps on top of one of the buildings, using half of his ability on his left leg. However, before he can look across the world, across the city, he hears, freeze! You're gonna be taken into investigating by me. Who are you? How'd you know I was gonna be on this building? Well, from the looks of it, you have to get to here to get to your home. Or the school. This is the best spot in the city to look at places anyways. As long as you just come in, there would be no problems. Fine. I'm guilty of no crime. Unless it's... No, that was manslaughter. Exactly. That's exactly why we need you to come in. As, suddenly, when he's taken in, he's sat down in a black room, sort of, with a man with a mirror for a face. The rest of his skin was also reflective. He was made out of this metallic figure. However, his face was made out of a mirror that, ejected from a protruding exoskeleton sort of look. Are you a mirror person? Yeah, what's it to you? Well, I don't know. If you look and you want to know my quirk? Is it to be a mirror? Exactly. Wow, that's impressive. Shut up! Don't use that type of slang in here. I'm the sheriff. And now, you're gonna tell me
Why you murdered that villain. I didn't murder him. Now, if you let me go to school, it's not that simple. How should I say? You unintentionally murdered him. Trust me, I've seen plenty of cases like this, especially with heroes with super strength quirks like yours. Right, super strength. Yeah, you see, my punches are just faster. Tomato, tomato. You see, your power comes from, some inner core, some sort of thing, to make your punches go faster. I know that. It's not, strength doesn't make your punches go faster. They'll just make them more durable. Speed is what happened. And speed is what made your hand go straight through that man's skull. I think that you mistakenly thought that your power was less than it must have been. I think that your body must have done it for you. It wanted revenge. I don't think we should be talking about this right now. Why not? You have to just admit to it. Admit to what? My body doing something I didn't even mean to do? Well, there's others. What do you want from me? I'll hunt you down. And I'll make sure that you come in and pay for that crime. Whether it's that, or even something as little as, walking across a stoplight. I'll get you. I know what you've done. You don't know shit. I'm done with this. As he throws down his cuffs that he easily broke out of in 2 seconds just by using a little bit of his force, and walks out of the deputy's office. He starts to make his way to school. However, something just feels off. He feels eyes, people around him. Villains. How many people are watching me right now? As he senses so many from on their way to school. His arm, something was activating him. Something was making him feel more emotional. He would never be that mad at a police officer. Why are they so rude to him? Why does this country hate him now? He instead of going to school, he goes back to his own home. He greets his mother at the door, however, he barely says anything after that. He eats his lunch as he stays inside of his room, thinking, wondering, looking at his right hand, his arm coated in red. It felt so odd. Why won't it wash out? He spends all afternoon trying to scrub and scrub and scrub. It only dulled the sense of the smell that reeks off of his right arm now. As he goes down and starts eating lunch with his mother, as he's throwing away all of the leftovers, he sees an entry ticket. One of the greatest schools in the whole world for heroes, second to none. Well, to be more precise, second to UA, the All-American school for perfected youngsters. It's sort of the X-Men school, but for My Hero Academia. Ma, can I switch schools? Switch schools? But aren't you in the best one already, honey? This one isn't right for me, let's say. I know what has been happening with you, but you can't make such harsh decisions. Just calm down and it'll all work itself out. I don't think that this will. Well, I've always trusted you to make your own decisions. Although at sometimes maybe not so. Mom, I know. Like when you saved your little Tyrannosaurus Rex stuffy from getting thrown in the garbage. You fought so hard that day for his life. It's almost like you thought that it was real. That it was all real. Mom, get to the point. Right. You've always been mature for your age.
You've always made the right choice, no matter what it was. But your mental is not okay right now.
I know that. I know that much.
Then why are you making such a harsh decision?
Mother, they're hunting me. I didn't want to tell you.
Who?
The villains that I killed. They're all at the school, waiting for me.
I don't want to freak you out, but I don't think they know anything about us, as I sense no one around us. I see. Well, if it really is that serious, I guess you could give it a go, but their exception rates are very, very slim, honey. If you get in, though, I have no qualms. If you would like to, we can go out by Thursday.
I would like that. Thank you.
I just worry for your friends.
Don't worry. I think they hate me too.
Why is that?
Let's not get into that. As, you know, this is the last day that he has really in Japan for a little while. So he decides to walk out of his house and takes another stroll around the city. He finds Suyu right next to a garbage can right out in front of the college dorm. She was sitting down with a beer to her left, her head bashing against the wall as she says, "Oh, God's fucking hangover."
Suyu, are you... Oh, it's you, Deku.
Come on, sit down. Sit down. You're very drunk. No, I got over that a while ago. Now I am an established drunk. I see. It's never a dull moment. Hey, as he sits down next to her. Hey, as she's like, shh. It's quiet. You know, I know that you're leaving. How do you... Acute sense of hearing, don't you remember? Oh. You know, I think that they're coming after me too. I can hear rustling in the bushes. I can hear people talking about us. It scares me, Deku. If I can go with you, I would. But my parents, they don't have to know. As she looks up to him and sees his eyes genuinely telling her that they don't matter. What are you talking about? They of course matter. You clearly don't give a fuck about their concerns as you're out here. That's true enough. But what'll I do without my dogs? Without my sisters? I'll be your sibling. Ah! That's disgusting, you incestual dog. As she like bashes the frickin' beer over his head. However, you know, as he's like a superhero, he doesn't get hurt by it at all. He's like, you know, some of these can go in my eye and hurt me like a lot, right? She's like, shut up. You have super durability. It doesn't freaking matter. But I don't know if I should be making a choice while drunk. As he's just like, so you do admit that you're drunk. She's like, fine. I'll come along with your sex. Yes. She's just like, as she looks up to him, and he looks at her, he's like, oh, Raka, bless my heart. I wish you the best of luck alone in this world of heathens. As he, of course, enters the college dorm room with her.
The next day, he leaves it to the airport, taking Suyu with him. They fly to America! Yes, that will be the second chapter. It should be called America. Alright, thank you so much for watching. This has been What If Deku Killed Shiguraki. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys someday, sometime. Goodbye.